York Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Live with the Revival!
Let's go.
Let's go. Y'all know what this is. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys know who they are. That's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets.
Holy shit, a super chat. Whoa.
Wrong button. I hit the wrong button.
I was like, already?
You know who he is. Holy shit, a super chat.
We'll fix it in post.
No, we won't.
No, we definitely won't.
No, we won't.
Absolutely amazing. Can't believe I hit that wrong one, man. It's amazing, though. And, of course, my brother, El Jefe. You guys don't know now. You know the big cojones. He's amazing. Trailblazing. El Jefe is in the building, man. And shout out to you. Yes, you the revivalists in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support, guys. We're not going to go around the room because we only got a short time. We only got a short time.
You got big
Cue
guess.
my music, Hef.
Got you.
If you guys don't know, now you know. Okay. This guy is not only talking ball with Pat Leonard. No. He writes all the columns that you see here. He is the guy that you all hate for no goddamn reason, but he is the voice and he is the truth. He is the guy where we say everything is all good. He looks at the sky and goes, nope, that's rain.
Yeah.
He looks around at our poster. He goes, nope, that's bait. Don't look into no. He said, we say everything is great in Giants land. He goes, that's a lie.
Wake up.
You know
Wake
who he
up.
is?
Wake up, people.
It's Vince Vaughn in Old School when somebody gives a toaster and he goes, nah, that thing's a piece of shit.
So, guys, if you don't know now, you know our special guest is in the building talking ball with Pat Leonard, a.k.a. Pat Leonard. Round of applause.
Let's go.
Round of applause.
That's the best intro I've ever gotten. Absolutely. No questions asked.
Eli's the best in the biz, man.
Try hard for you, brother Pat. Thank you
Cheers.
so much for being on here, man. Cheers, brother. I don't even know what the season's going to be here, but Pat, I'm gonna get you warmed up and start really quickly, my brother.
Yeah.
6 points. The Giants only scored 6 goddamn points, my brother. Please tell us, man, what was I don't even know the questions, Pat.
I'll take you there. I'll take you there, Eli, because here's the difference between preseason and regular season. It's not like the optimism was unwarranted in this sense. When you watched the Giants practice, you could see Abdul Carter flashing. You could see Jackson Dart getting better and better throughout the summer. You could see both Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston hitting a deep ball here and there. But if you zoomed out and you said, wait a minute, this whole roster isn't playing against the Commanders, against their 1s, 2s, and 3s in week 1. It's just Russ and this starting offensive line. It's just this first-team defense with an interior defensive line that still hasn't proven in practice that it can stop the run. That's where, for me, the pouring cold water on what this was actually going to look like, that's where it came from for me. I predicted them 3-14 again, not because I was ignoring the positives. It was because I felt like the first-teamers, particularly the offense, was going to show us the same thing for 4 quarters on Sunday that I felt they showed in every move the ball period we saw during training camp. So that means at the end of every practice, when they ran a 2-minute drill, when they put them in a situation in the red zone, whatever it was, when it boiled down to what do Russ and the first team offense get done, I didn't see it. And so it still could happen. Maybe they unlock it somehow in Dallas, but I didn't see it coming in week 1 and I don't see it coming afterwards.
Jeez Louise. And just looking at this past game, of course, and you saw the whole big picture, but this past game, a lot of people place blame also on the play calling here. Do you put any blame on Mike Kafka, or this is a Daboll thing that you kind of seen throughout camp? Is he neglecting something? Because I feel like the Giants fans are missing something here, and it seems like you have a very keen eye here, Pat. So is it a coaching issue that we're seeing here this far, or is it a Mike Kafka issue? What's your thoughts here on what the Giants looking so bad and falling flat in week one? No,
that's a good question. I think, listen, when you have a performance like that, everyone associated with it bears some blame, obviously. But actually, I thought the most promising thing, despite what I just said about the first team offense not showing me enough in those periods, I thought there was a lot more creativity in what Kafka was showing throughout August as a play caller than what we saw from Daboll last year, for sure, when Nabers and all the players were actually complaining about them not being put in the best situation to succeed. On Sunday, what I was not surprised about was they were running a good amount of close to the line of scrimmage throws, screen type plays, quick completions, catch and run, that kind of thing. We've seen that all camp. But I thought there was such an intense amount of attention paid to getting it out to the boundaries, to Wan'Dale Robinson, these, catching the ball maybe 1 yard past the line of scrimmage and having to make 2 or 3 guys miss. The way I saw it was Kafka and Daboll and their game plan was to protect the offensive line that they envisioned was going to be overwhelmed. That is what I'm concerned about. Like, I'm not as mad about Kafka's game plan because I think it was by design, because with Hudson in and Thomas out and the line already having been subpar last year, like slightly better at times, but still below average, I think that they were trying to protect their line and protect their protection with the play calling. So eventually it did work at times. Like there was the one drive where it was the drive the first time they stalled in the red zone. Mm-hmm. They got down there by getting Wan'Dale outside. He made a couple guys miss, gets 20 yards. And then they go deeper down to Nabers for about 25 yards. And that helped them move the ball down the field. So that part is, hey, a sliver of hope that, okay, there's a plan here. They can unlock something. But I think in large part, it's the personnel on the field. I don't put as much blame on the coordinators because I feel like now we're in year 4. We've blamed Drew and Kevin Wilkins on defense. Wink Martindale caught blame, and he wasn't ready to catch blame. He's like, I'm out of here. Yeah. We got Mike Trier and Jerome Henderson in the secondary catching blame from Deonte Banks. They're out of here. Kafka took blame from Daboll. He yanked the play calling away from him several times. The second year, he gives it to Tierney one time, takes it away from himself. John Mara tells him, nope, give it back. So now it's back to Kafka. I just don't know, as far as the pointing blame and fingers at the coordinators, like how many times more are we, not like I said, not that they're without responsibility and accountability, but how many times are we going to just say it's Shane Bowen's fault, it's Mike Kafka's fault before we go to the root of the issue, which is the players on the field aren't as good as the other teams, and the head coach doesn't seem to have a cohesive plan of how to win these games.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it. Let's shift the focus to another person that we could blame. Offensive line. Again, let's we're back here for what seems like the 13th out of 14th year. The interior of this offensive line seems like it's just not there again. Runyon, JMS, and JVR. Now it's a 2-part question. Who do you think was most to blame in there? And does Andrew Thomas fix this if he comes back, or is this just a lost cause in the middle? What are we doing in the middle here, Pat? Tell us.
Yeah, I think Van Roten was the weakest link last year, and he's the weakest link this year. Yeah. Their plan was for Evan Neal to take it from him, and he couldn't. Not only could he not do that, they couldn't even have him. They didn't even trust him enough to have him active in this game. Aaron Stinney's active instead. So here's what I found interesting coming out of the game was you're absolutely right. It looks like more of the same on the interior, and whether Thomas is in or not, that there's still a problem up the middle, not to mention that Russell Wilson, as a shorter quarterback and an older quarterback who was seeing ghosts at times in this game and had happy feet, the worst thing you can have for a quarterback in the position that he's in right now with how it looks like he's playing is a concern about consistent pressure coming up the middle. Now, that's true for any quarterback, but especially with what he looked like there, But what I found really interesting was if you listen to Daboll on Monday on his Zoom call with the media. Now, he's not going to come out and say our offensive line was bad. He's not going to say those words. But he said a couple, maybe 2 or 3 times that when he was asked about the issues of the offense, he said at the line of scrimmage, right? Mm-hmm. He said it's at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes we have a missed block. Sometimes we have a misread. Whatever the case is, it just feels like it's one person, then it's another person. That is the closest a coach is going to come to telling you outright our O-line is not very good, right? Yeah. Like to say that the issues with our offense are at the line of scrimmage, I mean, that screams to me, yeah, we didn't protect, we didn't run the ball. Like they gained 2 yards per carry with running backs. I think it was like 15 for 30. Russell Wilson eventually started just tucking it and running it, gained some yards on the ground to help them a little bit, but he's not the same kind of runner that he used to be. He had the fumble, fortunate enough to recover that. But I don't think there's an expectation this is going to improve because like guys that they liked on the interior, like Jake Kubis, a guy who's really has a nasty streak to him. And he showed some things at the end of last year, even though some of the football was ugly that he played, some bad penalties. But in camp, he was overwhelmed. He had a bad preseason. He's not an option right now. Evan Neal, they force-fed him the opportunity, spent too much time on the ground. He's not an option anymore. Obviously, they went after Will Freeze. He didn't want to sign here. He doesn't. And so what you're stuck with is what you have, which is Greg Van Roten and Aaron Stinney there. Last thing I'll say about this, I asked Daboll in the spring, very early, if he was going to have a competition at center for Schmitz, and he shut it down. He said, John Michael's our center. And, okay, so that's his answer. And I'm not saying Austin Schlottman is going to cure everything if they put him in. No. But, this is certainly one of those cases where you say, why was there not somebody pushing this player? And I think you can look around the roster and see that.
Yeah.
Not only that,
I'm sorry.
Just go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just one question. I'm sorry, Heffen, you're ready to go. But you mentioned this guy before, Russell Wilson. A lot of the people are like, man, he's washed. Get him out of here. We want to see the next quarterback at this point, whether it's Dart or Jameis Winston. What grade would you give Russell Wilson? Because, yes, he missed some throws, especially with, Darius Slayton in the flat to where he could have pretty much walked into the end zone and he wound up throwing the ball incomplete there. But was it due to the offensive line with the way he looked, or do you think Russell Wilson is closer to the end than actually the middle of the pack at this point?
So you're right that there were a handful of plays. It was like, oh, that's nice. Like in the fourth quarter, he had that play where I said to somebody in the press box, it looked like when Roethlisberger used to pump it and hold the ball. He had those big hands. He would go like this, pump it, and everybody thought the ball was 20 yards downfield, and then he still had it. He had that play where he pumped and then did a flip to Tyrone Tracy. Like that's a nifty play. Like I like that play, so it's not like he didn't create anything. But guys, I'm sitting there on Sunday, just like you guys, just like anybody else who either cares about or roots for the Giants. I'm ready for some kind of new day. Like it's just been so many years of the same old thing, right? Yeah. And I say this with somebody who is hoping for something different to be looking at every Sunday. Russell Wilson was as bad, if not worse, than what I thought he was going to look like. I thought, like, if I gave him a grade for this game, I would give him an F. And that's not saying that the line was perfect and he was awful despite the line being perfect. The line was overwhelmed. Dorrance Armstrong had 9 pressures. 9 pressures. Crazy. But there were plays like, what was that? I mean, what was your guys' reaction to that play? It was like a bubble screen out to the right where Russ hikes it. There's no pressure yet. He goes like kind of sideways with his body. Yeah. Tries to like Dennis Eckersley a throw out to the sideline and dirts it like that. So yeah.
Listen,
like, what are you thinking when you're watching that?
I'd rather get a root canal. I was just like, Russ, you just can't do that. That's not part of your repertoire. It's not part of your, you know what I mean? So it was
there's plays there though. There's plays there. Like there's you look back at the all 22 a little bit, and he had some shots there, and he took the shots, but like that padded deep ball that we all thought like we kind of assumed that the rest was going to be bad, right? We knew there was holding on to the ball, some bad plays, but if he could hit a deep ball or two, you're in that game. There was times that he did have time, and he just missed a Slayton. He missed the Nabers. He underthrew a couple, and
Yeah, he did that.
that's what, like, if you get one of those, it changes the game, and that's what we thought we had here.
The scariest thing is that this reeked of the same offense of the last 5 years, just frustrating and a quarterback who's never comfortable. And it looked exactly like that. And that's why where we had Slayton deep that one play, he wasn't trusting the line. And it's like, it's what you saw with Eli at the end. It's what you saw with Daniel Jones for 6 years, never comfortable back there. So Russ, his timing was off. He's scared to get hit. These older guys, they make business decisions. He's not trying to get killed at this stage in his career. So that's where a lot of fans are already calling for Jackson Dart. They're already there to turn the page, because it's either you let losses pile up because of some idea that he needs to sit for however long. He's passed every test he's been given. So it's like, do you waste a season? If you're 0-3, it's over. So what are we waiting for exactly?
Right. No, I think perfectly said. You're absolutely right that the early pressure got to him and where he is in his career, all of that, perfectly said. I think, here's one thing I'll say too about grading Russ the way I did. Do I think Jackson Dart would immediately turn this into a 24 point per game offense? I'm not saying that, but unquestionably the product on the field would have been better if either of the other Giants quarterbacks were on the field, in my opinion. That goes for Dart and Jameis Winston, based on what Russ put on the field in this game. I think I agree with you. I think here's what I'll say about Dart. They have shown every step of the way that they're getting him more and more ready to play early. And in fact, they showed even more in the preseason than you would expect maybe they'd show outwardly, like with him taking first team reps in a game. And let me just say it this way. Listen, we're not allowed to report what we see at practice, and now we don't see as much at practice. Let's just say if he's taking preseason game snaps with the first team offense, I'll pose it as a question. Do you think he's not taking any reps with those guys in practice?
Yeah,
so
he is.
So when you get into a game week, you have a limited amount of reps, you have a limited amount of time. Maybe if he, let's say hypothetically, has in the game weeks when it's a game plan and he's not in the game plan as the starter, maybe that tapers off to closer to nothing than it has been, whatever. But I think that at 17-3 at half in Dallas, we could see Jackson Dart in this game. I went into the first game thinking we would see Jackson Dart. You heard somebody in the building leak, right? Somebody in the building leaked going into this first game what I had been saying since mid-August, which is that if you don't think they're going to have a package for Dart in this first game, you're crazy. They're showing it to you. They're showing you that that's what they want.
And it's funny you say 17-3 at halftime, because that's exactly my thought. It's going to be Giants have 3 points at halftime, and it's either you accept the loss or you give your team a shot, right? Like they need a spark, man. Like how many losses do we have to see? Like it's going to be too late by the time he provides a spark. And that's what I'm afraid of. I don't want players to like quit on the season so early.
You mean like put their towels over their heads and just sit there on the bench?
Yell at the coach, things
already
of that
know.
nature. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people have concerns with putting Jackson Dart in this early or in any part, is that the offensive line just can't hold up or just won't hold up around him. How do you think he'll fare around that offensive line, knowing that, because he is shifty, he does have some mobility, but how do you think Jackson Dart will do behind his offensive line right now as we have it?
No, I think, as Hefe described Russell's reaction to the early pressure, what we've seen from Dart, both in college and in the preseason, is that a difference between him and a lot of quarterbacks that you'd honestly view as like not high first rounders, he has pretty good poise in the pocket when it starts closing in around him. He tends to take a step up into the pocket and into his throw before bailing and running. He's not the second he feels pressure bailout guy. He will sense it and stay with the throw for an extra second and a half. And then if it's not there, he will run. That's what I think you would get from him. I'm not saying it would always, turn into a great play necessarily, but I do think he would give the receivers more chances and give the offense more of a chance by staying in it. He's got, everyone is talking all summer about his moxie, his aura, his all these things. it is a very real thing that he is so confident in himself, but not in a cocky way. But like it really is contagious. Like Russ, for all of his positivity and all the Instagram one-liners and cliches, like you need the play on the field to feel as confident and as like chest out. We're going to take this game from you as you're going to speak about it. And Dart, the difference with Dart is that so far what we've seen is when he gets on the field, he flexes it. I think I get the real concern about ruining the young kid and stunting development and growth and those kind of things. But listen, if he was so not ready that they were like, listen, we have him on the long track for 2026, then he wouldn't be the number 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Jameis would.
Right.
True.
Absolutely right.
True.
Guys, any more questions for
Well,
brother?
Yeah.
I'll just add that, like, real quick.
Jeff.
One thing we saw in the preseason, and shout out Only a Giant podcast kind of had the same idea here, is that in the preseason you saw like he's eyes downfield even when the pressure comes. So sometimes you need a little bit of, young and crazy, young and confident to come here and spark something. And I think that'll have a ripple effect on the whole team, offense and defense, because you can't go out and lay another egg like you just did 0-2 in the division. Like heads down, now you're hosting the Chiefs. Come on, man. Like just do it at halftime.
I'm with you. One thing I'll mention to you guys too that I think is bears watching into this week. So it was interesting for Nabers to say at the very end of his interview after the game, I asked him if he was 100% with his back. And after being expansive on everything, including his blow up with Daboll, he says, I won't be answering that question. So if you watch, the play where they went up top to him one-on-one on Lattimore and Lattimore knocked that pass down.
Yep.
Go back and watch Nabers' release on that play. He didn't have one. Like his game, and I talk to NFL receivers about this all the time, like Benny Fowler, Nelson Aguilar, Allen Robinson, all these guys who have played with him, watched him, whatever. They all note how scary quick, and Paulson Adebo said this too in camp, how scary quick he is right off the line. It's that first couple steps where he gets you and then he explodes, and that's the advantage he creates. And then obviously he's strong at the catch point. If you watch that play and you listen to his answer and you think about him sitting out Friday practice prior to the Washington game, I don't know. I don't like it. Like I feel like obviously he was healthy enough to be on the field, play. He still leads them in receiving, those kind of things, but I don't think he's 100%. And I thought that answer confirmed what I thought I saw. So it's something to watch. And then the other thing is this: no one should have high expectations for this defensive line until Dexter Lawrence is in playing shape.
Yeah,
he is not there. And it's the dislocated elbow. It's how long it took him to get ramped up from that. And, so much focus has been paid to Andrew Thomas, and rightfully so. He's very important. He had the surgery, all that. But Dexter Lawrence, even though he played in that game, he was managed a lot, especially early in the game. Right. Both Commanders' TD drives in the first half started with explosive pass plays with Nacho and Davidson as the starting D tackles on the field. In fact, on one of the drives early, they ripped out all 4 of their D linemen that started the drive like a hockey line, and then put on, it was like basically once they got backed up in the red zone, and put on like Carter, Golston, Lawrence, and what's his name? 95. Robertson Harris.
Yes.
So, to rip out 4 D linemen like that, and to have your best player, who's the disruptor, who commands double teams, not playing the typical snap count he plays. And really, did you hear Dex's name all game?
No, quiet.
That's
very quiet.
And so that's what I'm saying is like he's out there, he's trying all that, but you got number 1 receiver, maybe a little bit under what he's normally at. Dexter Lawrence, nowhere close from what I've seen to what his top level is. Andrew Thomas, maybe he plays in this game, but it would be the first real football he plays in a while. So we can talk about the quarterback, we can talk about the coordinators, but I don't like it, guys. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing, Pat, a lot of people, the offensive line looked horrendous, but a lot of people have high hopes for Andrew Thomas coming back, and all of a sudden this line is supposed to be like the elite level or middle of the pack. in your opinion, with Andrew Thomas coming back and the way that the offensive line looked, do you think this offensive line has a shot of being in the middle of the pack in the NFL once that left tackle comes back in Andrew Thomas?
No. But I do think, like what you guys were mentioning earlier about there were some opportunities to get the ball down the field and make those, let's say, 2 to 3 explosive plays that unlock everything else, pulls the safeties back, right? Helps the running game a little bit in that way. I mean, I think they can be good enough to open that so that the offense can at least function. I mean, they did get into the red zone twice in this game, but they got some fortunate with some penalties. It looked ugly the whole way. So yes, I think it could be better. And certainly, listen, you add him to the O-line, a part of it gets better. There's no question about it, especially when you talk about a veteran quarterback feeling more comfortable on his blind side. Yeah, 100%. But I mean, this is something Andrew has cautioned from the get-go. Every step he has taken from here on out is something he hasn't done yet. So I do think it seems trending upward to him returning in Dallas based on the timeline. I talked to him after the game. You know, he said, we'll see again. He's kind of taking it into his own hands. He doesn't want to re-injure it, but I don't know. I think what they have to do is get Dart in the game. And then you have a more mobile element. You have something that can ignite the locker room and that people can rally around. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think to Hefe's point earlier, there's no way you can watch football like you watched on Sunday, especially on the offensive side, for another full game and walk into this Kansas City opener in prime time and then say, now let's address it. It's too late then.
Okay, I agree. Guys, any other question for Brother Pat before we let him go?
Yep. Speed, you got one?
Yeah, I just want to real quick. You talked a little bit about the Nabers Daboll Spat. Can you elaborate on it a little bit more? Is it much about nothing, or is there a little volcano brewing here, and it's just one more bad game, and we're going to see Nabers just, you know, and to that point, the energy level. How is the energy level in game one not there? I get what Nabers is doing, but is there a storm brewing in your opinion over there?
There is a storm brewing. Here's what I'll say. There's a couple of layers to it. On the one side, it's a problem when you have a player on your team yapping at the coach like that and showing displeasure with the way the day's going, the offense is going in week one. Like this is week one of a 17-game season. Yeah. So usually it boils up to this, right, guys? Right. Like it usually boils up to like it did last year. Now, that said, I don't blame, like, you don't want players popping off like this, but you can understand where Nabers is coming from because like you guys are saying, and like we're all saying watching this, we watched this all last year. You know, like this feels more like just a continuation of last season than it feels like a new year. And so it's hard also to blame Nabers for saying, here we go again, because that's exactly what we're watching. I do think Nabers, though, the reason that this is a powder keg is because, so there's two different types of coaches, right? There are the coaches who are taskmasters and they provide the structure and they don't give you as much leeway early. And then that works if you win. If you don't win, players buck. You know, you saw that with Joe Judge eventually. Then there's the flip side of like a Brian Daboll where he's a player's coach. He's almost like friends with the players or acts like he is as much as their coach and boss as well. And so that can work again when things are good and this and that. But the second that it's time for your 22-year-old receiver for you to tell him no, to tell him, hey, Malik, I know that we asked you what plays you want in the offense in July, but now stop telling me what to do in week one. It's too late. You can't put it back in.
Cat's out of the bag.
You've given him carte blanche and he's 22, you know? So right. That's why I think it's a powder keg. It's not just that this is less than ideal situation and we saw it already and maybe it happens again. It's more like they've given Malik and players like this so much freedom and leeway that there's just no way to now say, actually, we're going to come down on you harshly if you act like this again. It's like, what do you mean? You've been rocking with me like this for a year and a half.
Yeah, and that's what players hate the most. To be yourself, and when you start flip flopping, that's when you start losing guys, and that's the worrisome part.
Right, you're out. Yep.
Jeff, you got anything else?
Well, I know people were doing their record predictions, and the bar was already low this year, right? Because this is a year where, like, hey, 7 wins would be a good season. Like, that's how pathetic the bar is for the Giants right now. Not many people predicted a winning season, but it's the way they lost that I think drives us crazy. It's not the loss itself. Like, if you're talking 6 or 7 wins, you're going to lose a lot of games, but it wasn't a 24-23 game where they showed life. It was lifeless, completely lifeless. So I know you talked about it a little bit at the top of the podcast, but was there anything specific that just made you, this is a 3-14 team, like, I'm so not buying any of this? Is there any like person in particular or unit, or was it kind of just the collective?
I think it's the fact that, I did not think this defense was going to harken back to the 1980s, but I wasn't shocked that they gave the team a chance. Like, I think, yes, Martindale was light years better coordinator than Bowen is now. They don't necessarily have the same scheme advantage that you would expect or that you want or hope for. But allowing 21 points, even though it could have been a lot more, and I'll get to that in a second, that gives your team a chance. What I point at and look at and keep harping on is the offense looks exactly the way I thought it was going to. I personally don't know why anybody thought it was going to look any different than it looked on Sunday. But again, like I said, there was the window dressing of, oh, look, Dart's in. Oh, look, Jameis is in. There's so much different energy that we have this different player. We have this guy's about to take over. We have a young tackle that we drafted who might be something. He showed something, so there was just too much to take your eyes away off the ball of, wait, we didn't change the O-line. We really didn't change anything about the offense except the quarterback, and the quarterback we added is washed. And so that to me is what I see. Now, I will say this about the defense. Again, Shane Bowen and Mike Kafka, especially Bowen, like, he's going to end up being like the first scapegoat of all of this. Like, no doubt about it. I've thought that forever. But, that it's not on the defense. Though I will say this. In this game, the Commanders dropped 4 or 5 passes, at least 4. I think there was a 5th. All of them were like 15 to 25-yard gains. Yeah. And they were wide open in these windows of the zone. Really, what we saw in person, what I was able to see, is that when there was not pressure on Daniels, completing a pass for him was extremely easy.
So easy
on the back end.
So easy.
There were, I don't know off the top of my head how many pass breakups the Giants had.
I can't remember one. To be honest.
Yeah.
Do you guys have it up? I didn't look at that yet.
No,
it's good. I'll look it up, but I didn't see
Look it up real quick, but I don't
look that up.
All the scrub zones, man.
You're doing my research for me.
Yeah,
but it just felt like when he had time, everything was there for him. He missed Terry McLaurin on a wide open touchdown over Paulson Adebo down the sideline. Yep. Now I know the Giants were in the red zone twice too, so you say, well, they could have had 10 points there. But, Daniels misses that touchdown. They have 5 drops. They commit 12 penalties. And you have the end of half sequence where they at least should have gotten 3, would have gotten 7, if not for Carter making that tackle, Daniels throwing it away, and Dan Quinn not having any timeouts. So I guess what I'm saying is I put it on the offense, but I'm just telling you guys, for somebody who was sitting there watching this unfold, I thought them losing 21-6 was a miracle given how this game unfolded. Like, they could have lost 40-6.
Yeah. 3 pass breakups from our great chat. Thank you for chiming in. It didn't even feel like it. It didn't feel like it. Felt like again. It was those long second, and they had him in some advantageous situations in second and long, and they gave it right back up,
like 15 yards every time.
Every time. And it's just like, what are we sitting back for, man?
Let me just put this up because we know this name from somewhere.
Hey, the guy.
Hey, who is this guy? Chris the Biz Bizignano there. Shout out to you, brother. The Biz. Shout out to you, Biz, man. Appreciate you, brother, as always, coming through in the clutch. We appreciate you.
The Giants,
only 3.
They're just maddening, though. It's just like, you can lose people lose every week. Half the league loses every week. But it's the way you do it. It's the effort. And then there's just mind-numbing decisions like Abdul Carter playing half the snaps or whatever in a game that you were trailing the entire time. Or like JMS is our center. That's our guy. Why? Why is he our guy? Like when Tyrod Taylor came in, it's like, nope, Daniel Jones is our starter. No competition. Why is there not a competition? Like they don't deserve the benefit of the doubt on any of these decisions. So it's maddening when they just keep. It's just like rinse and repeat with this group, and it's the fans. For what was such a good offseason, where it really felt different. Everyone said it feels so different, except Pat. Pat never said that. But like, just for it to go right back to where we were, I'm like, God, it's September 9th, and we're already there as a fan base.
I'm as distressed as any of the fans are. I really am. I even took like a one quick extra late vacation in August just to breathe the air, like see the sun, and think like it is a new day. Like let's turn over a new leaf, and then 3 hours later on Sunday, it's like bang, right there.
No pressure on Jackson Dart, by the way. When he comes in, it's just completely on his shoulders to turn around what has been a completely dysfunctional franchise.
Well, I do think like, you still got to win. You still have to win enough games and show progress. But to your point about like, what are they waiting for? Aren't you evaluating a team with a rookie quarterback differently than you're evaluating them with Russell Wilson? Like,
absolutely.
Now that said, how many more years are we going to see the front office of this team and the team leak stuff like, oh yeah, well the plan was to do this and like push it down to next year and 2 years from now. Like obviously the plan was to win this year and to groom Dart to take over, and they're falling on their face already. But again, if you put Dart in, you live with some things as you see the growth and see the development. And as Hefe just noted, there are different kinds of losses for a team that's not predicted to win anyway. And I will say this, as far as like I don't know if this is a sliver of hope, but Kingsbury and Quinn, they did a really good job scheming this game up. And like when McFadden got hurt, the fact that Kingsbury went right at Muasau for a touchdown to Ertz on the very next play, it just shows you how locked in they were against what the Giants were throwing at them. And, does Brian Schottenheimer and Matt Eberflus, is that the same coaching mismatch, let's say, that this game was? I don't know. We'll see.
Pat, real quick, before we let you go, one last thing, and I'm going to put you on a real quick hot spot here. Does this light the fire in the Daboll? Does he make it through did he make it to the bye week if we're trending in this direction? Or is there a real threat that he might be fired mid-season?
Yeah, that's a good question. So here's the answer to that. Last year when they went 0-2 and I asked him after the Washington game about his job, a lot of people were like, wow, this is early. Holy cow. And he did not like it. But I asked the question. Yeah, surprise, shocker.
Why wouldn't he like that?
Right. But I asked the question. I understood how delicate and the timing of it. I asked it because I knew that last season, if he had started 0-4, 0-5, he was going to get fired right there. Like I was hearing that 0-4, 0-5 out of here. So winning that game in Cleveland in week 3 really took a lot of pressure off of him to finish the year. Then he somehow survives after going 3-14. But my point is, at that point, I had information behind me asking about that urgency and his security. This year, we're obviously a year later, so you would think there'd be more urgency. I don't have a firm, direct, grasp on exactly where it stands like I did at this juncture last year yet. I will get there. Where I do come down is this, though. Dart's presence, I think, probably alters how quickly they would pull the ripcord. Daboll got involved in the scouting process of the quarterbacks and was the primary reason why it shifted off Shador to Dart in the first place. So you're going to allow that to happen and then, fire him at 0-4 but then again, 0-4, 0-5, a team that never wins is in the basement of the NFC East. Like if they start heading in this early season towards a season and a half winless in a row in division, and they're going into New Orleans without a victory, right? Like, then it just becomes it doesn't matter if we got a rookie quarterback or not. We can't win a damn game, So there's a lot of balls in the air this year compared to last year because of the rookie QB, I guess is the way I would put it. So I have less of a firm grasp on he's got to do this by then or else. I will say this, like, he and Shane are tied at the hip, but we saw at the end of last season, once the building was on fire, people start pointing fingers, and the GM and the coach were on the outs. And now they've done a lot of cleanup on aisle 5 in their press conferences and stuff like that. But we're going to be right back where we are with wondering, is Daboll and the coaching staff going to get thrown under the bus to save the GM? Has ownership, even though Shane seems protected at that level, has ownership said, listen, here's your quarterback, here's your draft class. We like what you're showing, but results or else both of you are out. Has ownership behind the scenes said, we're going to let you see this through to the end of the contract after next year and then make a call midseason next year? Like, nobody knows exactly where that stands. But I'll just tell you what I think. I think they should both go if it goes in the tank again. I don't know if they will both go. I've talked to people, like I had people texting me after this last game in the league saying Daboll already probably knows he's out, but I think Shane's probably going to survive. Right?
Crazy.
So that's what some people, those aren't people who are like inside the building saying this is going to happen. That's just people around the league who know how the Giants work and what Shane's standing is and where Daboll stands.
Wow.
Which is a shame.
I'll tell you this.
How the Giants work doesn't work. Right. It doesn't work. Right. They're too loyal. They stick with people way too long.
And
go ahead.
And I'll say this, F. After you look at the Kayvon Thibodeaux of the world, which his name wasn't called, and he was a high draft pick. Evan Neal wasn't even active during that game. He was inactive. You're looking at JMS, and he's turning out to be somewhat of a bust, right?
Deontay Banks lost his job
right? You're looking at all these guys. Who the hell is Javarius Owens still? I say this, right? After you see all the draft classes that Joe Shane is like, man, how can someone in the league predict that this guy is going to stay? They both have to go, according to Pat Leonard. I totally agree. This roster is just not good enough. So if Dart comes in my opinion, and he lights up the joint, and just like Pat said, if Daboll had somewhat of an idea to get off Shador and get Jackson Dart, and he lights it up, then that should tell you this scouting team and his GM don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Don't forget, but Dart either saves him or he doesn't. I think in the end, don't forget Darius Alexander being a healthy and active.
Crazy.
Now, that is like exhibit A of the problem with the people. I don't want to do media on media. People who who tell fans every draft pick's a hit before he plays it down, while I'm standing there on the field like, I don't see it with this guy. And then the guy's a healthy and active in week 1. Like, I hope people just listen. Like Marcus Bowe, I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Abdul Carter, excited about, even though go back and watch some of his plays. Would love to see him finish them. Jackson Dart, excited about. Who else we got? Scattaboo, I think, he brings something, but is undersized. It's going to just be a challenge, I think, to stay consistent and like on the field and full tilt, but like can contribute to your team, has good hands, that kind of thing.
Nice block.
But right. But Alexander, like, here's what I'll say. Their run defense, their plan to help their run defense was the 3rd round pick out of Toledo. I know he's a rookie. I know it's only 1 game. I know it's early. But come on, like, you get your D-line coach is supposed to be the guy who works magic up front. You give up 220 yards rushing in the first game. You don't even have the rookie you drafted to help the unit active in the game. Like, what are we doing here?
On a weak unit, too. Like, to be a healthy and active on a weak unit is crazy. Right. No, that's a great point. And this is, to take it back to, and this is the thing I'm writing about tomorrow morning for the Giants, for the Daily News, is we started off talking about the line of scrimmage, and Daboll was talking about the offense. But to me, you look at the fact that the Giants' O and D lines did not win battles against an offensive and defensive front for Washington that no one is talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I'm not saying they're bad players. They're not. You know, they have Tunsil. Armstrong is a good player. Deron Payne's a good player. I'm not saying that they're trash units, but the Giants are headed towards better units on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball against the teams they're about to play. So that to me is especially concerning. It's like, wow, you just lost a battle on the offensive and defensive fronts with one of the teams that you expected to dominate from defense to offense and hold your own against at least on offense. That worries me. That worries
You got to
me.
block up Dallas. You got to block up Dallas. They got nobody. Block up Dallas. Must win. Pat, listen.
Dak has.
We got to get Pat out of here. We can go on
Pat,
forever.
we kept Pat way too damn long. Okay. Every time Pat will go, yeah, I'm available for about 15, 20 minutes. We give me
We
for
wanna take
45.
advantage of it.
He's never going to come back here again, guys. We got to get tighter with this time here.
Sorry, dude.
Pat.
No, I love doing this show. I didn't even look at the clock because I was having so much fun. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate that,
Good
Pat.
job,
Man.
brother.
Thank you so much, Pat. At least let the people know what you got going on before you get out of here, brother.
Yeah, no, thank you. Talking Ball live with Pat Leonard. We're live Mondays, Thursdays, and then the best one going during the season is the post-game live chat. That's where I come out of the locker room after the game. So we'll be doing that from AT&T Stadium this weekend in Dallas and Arlington. And I come back to the press box and go live. I tell you guys what the players are saying, what Daboll's saying, injury updates, anything you want to do to talk about the game, break it down. We'll have news, notes, updates, analysis, everything, whatever the case may be. And obviously at the New York Daily News as well. But the YouTube channel is PL on NFL is the handle. Talking Ball with Pat Leonard. Please subscribe and get there.
Let's go.
Awesome.
And guys, he has incredible guests on there. I'd like to have some of those guests, Pat. I'm just saying. I like to have some. All right. But
You guys we maybe go through a rotation, but I want to bring you guys on some of these lives to kind of do like a home and home. So I'd love to do that sometime.
please, man, let us know, please. I appreciate you, man. If we can, that'll be awesome. But guys, here we are, Pat Leonard, man, our guy, brother, man. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you on the next one, Pat. I'm sure. Thank you, Pat.
Revival.
Thanks,
Take care. Thank you so much, fellas.
Thank you,
Love
brother.
that.
I appreciate that, man. I love Pat. I love Pat.
He's-
That's my guy. I love Pat.
He speaks truth, man. We
He's
want
honest.
to. We always want to just naysay him and just say he's wrong. He's wrong. He's wrong.
He's never wrong.
But at the end of the day, man, he's been more right than wrong on a
Yeah.
lot of shit, and it's now like it's a large sample size now. We are maybe delusional about a lot of things that we see, and listen, I hope at the end of the day that this 3-14 prediction is wrong. But man, after what you see game
It's
one,
trending.
Let me ask you guys a question real quick. How many American dollars would you put on the Giants putting up a competitive effort against Dallas
Zero.
Sunday?
Zero. I'm
No.
out of it. I'm out.
Zero?
I'm like,
oh,
I'll put $0. I don't think they'll give a competitive effort. What, they'll
I
score
think-
a touchdown? Maybe they'll score 10 points this time. I just don't
think
see them being
that
competitive.
defense could be had. I don't know. I think that defense could be had. I
By who?
think you're
though?
going to get. You're
Spee, I
going to
love
get
you. Mm-mm.
what?
Ain't doing it. I said, Spee, I love you, but I'm not putting
What?
a red cent on that. I'm not. I'm putting
Listen,
a red cent on the Giants doing
this
anything.
is it. This is it for Russ. He knows it. I think he thought he had a longer leash, but now I
Welcome
think
to
he
New
knows
York.
that this leash is
Welcome to
nothing.
New York, man.
So you're going to get a desperate, and I don't know what you're going to get at. I don't know if that means anything, but I think you're going to get a desperate and most locked in version of him. I think that Dallas defensive line there's really nothing. I know we said that about Washington. Washington has a little bit better talent over there. If you can't do it here, if you can't put up something on this Dallas defense, that should set up all the alarms, and Dart has to come in. Like you have to change something.
I gotta say, Philly didn't run them over, dude. Dallas is not that bad.
They had 24 at halftime, and then the lightning storm hit, and I think that the whole game shut down offensively.
Could be. I mean, on the other side of the ball, Dak looked as sharp as ever. CD Lamb, there's not a person in our organization.
That offense scares me. Yes.
Well, yeah, like we're not going to be able to keep. How are we keeping up with them? How are we keeping up with that?
Do you think that offense is a lot better than Washington's?
Yes.
I don't know. That Jaden Daniels.
I mean, I would put them in the same ballpark of being significantly better.
We kept that team with a less than 100% Dexter Lawrence, and clearly less than 100. He might have been 50% Dexter Lawrence. He was invisible. Let's call a spade a spade. And I love Dex. He was invisible.
He might be out of shape.
If you get a little bit more out of Dex, that should help. I think that they keep him around 27 points. It's whether this offense could show a damn thing. That's what it all comes down to, and that's what's always going to come down to.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that's going to be like, but I know if it's not now, it's dart season week 3. It's dart season week 3. I know you think what you think about shoving a rookie in there, but that's my opinion.
No, I respect that, but I just want to go back just a little bit. This is what scares me about the Dallas Cowboys. Eagles was able to score 24 points, right? That's a very and the Dallas scored 20. So that shows you their defense is a little bit better because Philly is a high-powered offense. They really, really are. So you got to give credit to their defense a whole lot more than what the hell we're giving them credit for. They're going to kill the Giants.
And if they're I know this, I think the Storm messed them up in terms of game flow and everything. But if it turned into a slop fest, I mean, Eagles have the best O-line in the game and the best running back on the planet. That should have been advantage Eagles all day. I got a question for you, and then we got to get to Super Chats.
Yes, sir.
He came out and he named Jackson Dart the QB2. Now, if he didn't want him to see the field sooner than later, he could have avoided a lot of this noise, I think, by naming Jameis QB2 and have Jackson Dart hold a clipboard and put him on the back burner. Do you think the noise right now would be just as loud and people will be screaming for Jameis just as loud if we knew Jackson Dart was buried one more spot on the depth chart?
I think people, because actually, if you go back up in this chat, people are calling for Jameis right now.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that today too.
Yeah, so I think if he was QB2, it'd be like, all right, give me Jameis still. You know what I mean? I think that the echoes or maybe it's a smidge louder because we do have a rookie and it's a shiny new toy and he is the future and people want to see what the future holds at this point. But just to answer that question, brother, I think it's almost like maybe a smidge louder for Jackson Dart being at QB2 than a Jameis Winston. It's just a little bit louder if Jameis was there at QB2 versus Dart.
Yeah,
so, I just don't get this sentiment, and I don't know. Maybe you guys can talk me off the ledge here. I don't get this sentiment of why we need to protect Dart. Why are there's been 10 rookie quarterbacks, but Daniel Jones was ruined because we got rid of his head coach after year 1. His year 1, he actually was the most fun he was his whole career. That was the most fun we've had with Daniel Jones. We have a guy that is blissfully ignorant when it comes to what an offensive line is and what, and that's what happened with Daniel Jones. He came in, he didn't give a fuck about the fumbles. He probably should have a little bit more.
Clearly, yeah.
But he was just chucking the ball. He was balling. He didn't care because he just was so like, I want to just go out there and have a good time. He wasn't thinking. And that's what you're going to get at a Dart, I think. And I see 10 rookie quarterbacks over the past 2 years coming out and slinging the ball around. And you're seeing hope. You're seeing Cam Ward do it. You're seeing Caleb do it. You see J.J. McCarthy in his first pro start doing it. There's these guys that are doing things, and they're sparking teams. And look at KOC after that Minnesota victory in Chicago, which they had no business winning. But the rookie quarterback comes in and he spurs them on. He sparks them. And that locker room was reinvigorated, and it might have turned their season around. Game 1. Like that was a game they should have lost. Absolutely. And they won it because of the spark that he gave them. Give this guy a chance and see what he can do. See if he can spark this team. And listen, I'm all for Jameis. I love Jameis. That's my guy. If they want to go to him, fine. But I don't think he's going to give him the spark that this kid Dart can. And the vibes were there because of Dart. Like the vibes were highest when he was in the game doing his thing. And I just want to see, for better or worse, let's see what he's got, because I think he can avoid the rush way better than anybody that we're going to throw out there, Jameis included.
We're gonna dive very deep into this. We got to catch up with supers. We're
sorry.
Way behind.
Holy shit! A super chat.
Thank you. So right off the bat, man, we had so much fun with Scoob. She met us out at the bar Saturday night. Saw her at the tailgate Sunday. Pleasure seeing you guys, getting me lit. Not the outcome we wanted, but it was a pleasure hanging with you. Spee and Scooby were banging back Jameson shots.
We love you, Scoob.
Who else but Bartlett? And man, we need to genuinely thank you for everything you and the missus did prior to Washington, getting us to Washington. You're a big part of why we were able to get there.
Hell yeah.
Huge,
Hell
man.
yeah, Bartlett. You're the
so
best,
much,
man.
Bartlett. Honestly, brother.
Couldn't
have done it without. Yeah. I'm sorry, Speak. Good. We couldn't have done it without you, brother. Thank you so much, Bartlett, and your wife as well. We got to send them something.
That's why you got the wrench, bro. That wrench.
Hell yeah.
Revivalist of the year. Let's get some Jameis to spark the offense. Jackson Dart when we get Andrew Thomas back. I hear you. You're not the only one that feels that way. But like we talked about tonight, Andrew Thomas is not a fix-all for this offense. We have a center who's underperformed his whole career. Guards that flip-flopping every other game. We can't find any consistency there at all. So it's either a quarterback who can make quick decisions and make things happen, or we're just going to watch this go down in flames. The weekly precious.
Weekly precious.
That's
Goes on to revival, back to class I go.
She's so smart.
She's
so
the best.
smart.
She's smarter than
you,
us, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Presh. We appreciate you. Bartlett back for more.
Bart.
Look at that. Pat's and I'm in. Fire up, Jackson Dart.
A couple comments later.
Comments later. That's amazing.
I'm with
so
you,
good.
Man.
But dude, I got convinced today watching Baldy, go on a rant on the Fan, talking about these quarterbacks are more ready than they've ever been. Just like Spiro was just talking about. Bo Nix, in the exact situation Russell Wilson left. That guy, a rookie, drags them to the playoffs. And granted, that's an experienced Hall of Fame coach they got over there. But I mean, that's his rookie year. He did that. And so it happens year in. It happens more and more often as we go. So it's the Giants' turn to give it a shot.
Yeah.
The Big E. I was excited to go to Jerry's World this weekend before one down, bummed out. Please be competitive.
That's what we're looking for, man. Just be competitive. That's what me and Jeff were in the stadium, and the life. I was saying how like we didn't get any reaction videos because we had no reactions. There was nothing to react to. We couldn't even react because there was just a lifeless performance ahead of us every step of the way. They were never in it, even though they weren't getting blown out. Like you said, Jeff, I saw you today. They weren't blown out, but they were never in the game. So and that's what sucked.
It's like we were stiff-armed the whole game. And Spiro's phone died because we were taking so many videos. We're like alternating, taking video. Nothing happened.
I couldn't use any of them.
Like there was like nothing to cheer for. I had to delete 27 videos in my phone at the end of the day. Like I couldn't use a single one of them. That's what they gave us. But we are going to talk about our trip because it was fun. We got some stuff to show you.
Actually,
one more here. Why we bring man-to-man cornerback to play zone?
Yeah, I mean,
he's right.
Adebo, Banks, all these guys are man-to-man guys, and you have them sitting back 15 fucking yards. What are we doing, Shane? And you give up that's the advantageous situation where you're at second and long. Give your pass rush a chance, right? Give your pass rush a chance to get there by playing man up, so that they don't get the easy pass. And it's just like mind-boggling to me with this pass rush that you're not playing man-to-man. You're not playing up on guys and giving the quarterbacks some time to like think about it. And again, maybe it was JD and Jaden Daniels is a threat to run. And when you're playing man, your backs are turned and he takes off, and that's where he could hurt you. Maybe it was that. And now Dak is not that kind of guy anymore. Maybe it changes. I hope, because it doesn't make sense otherwise, Chris. You're right.
If you're not pressuring Dak, he's going to eat you alive, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely eat you alive. But like we've never coached football in our lives. So that's what's maddening when we see the game and we see what something that should be happening and it's not. What halftime adjustments were made? What did they do after halftime? What the fuck did they do to change this game around? Right? I saw us down 8 points in the fourth quarter. A one-score game, right? And we had a 4th and 4 from midfield. And we punted. It goes through the end zone for like a 22-yard swing. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
are you trying to win the game
or
not?
Old school Judge? Where's old school Daboll? Where was Titans Daboll that went for it for 2? Like, where's that guy? Yeah,
you're punting because you trust your defense. Then trust them and fucking go for it. Give yourself a chance to win. You're not winning if you punt the ball.
I have an idea where he went. You know that cocky, that arrogant, that guy we like, full of swag, Daboll. I know. I have an idea where he went because Pat just said it not too long ago where he says, "Make sure you give offensive coordinators back to him now." John freaking Mara, he got a medal in a bunch of I was about to cuss. He got a medal in a bunch of things. He does. So when it got all astray with the Wink Martindale situation and he was showing emotion on the sideline, throwing a tablet, you don't think John Mara was like, yo, you got to tone that down. You in New York now. We're a pristine franchise. You better stop. And it just put him right in the shell. Every day he probably feels like his job is on the line every single day. He can't say nothing wrong. I mean, he can't say nothing right.
He looked defeated today.
He looks defeated since then. He looked defeated ever since.
Yeah.
Daboll lost weight, gained weight. He don't know what he wants to do. I'm sure there's a good coach underneath there somewhere. You mean to tell me a coach of the year did like just all of a sudden
we're so far gone from that. You're right.
Like I just don't get it. I just don't get like he just forgot all of a sudden how to coach.
Well,
I don't get it, man.
For real,
I really just don't. You got to let people go and do them, and I don't think the ownership is letting people go and do them. In my opinion,
Wink is the only coach in the last. Man, I don't know, 6+ years that I felt like gave us an advantage. Like we have Wink and you don't. Name another coach.
I felt that way with Daboll, though. You're one. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that anymore.
I mean,
I
don't
feel
know.
We're always getting out coached.
I don't know where that guy went.
I don't know.
Bring him back.
Bring him back.
You.
For the love of God. We need him.
Oh, we're still going here.
Goose,
Let's go, Goose.
What up, boo?
Here, so I don't get fined. Instead of griping, I'll ask, what are your thoughts on Theo versus Dolchich, who looked good in the summer?
I mean, Theo had a bad game one, man.
Game. Yeah,
Theo had a bad game one. You know what? Never mind Dolchich. And I've always respected him. I like what he did. But this Bellinger thing where he is not getting more love is shocking to me because every time he gets thrown the ball, he catches it. Every time he gets thrown the ball. Ever since his rookie year. Like, why did we go away from this guy? Whose wife did he screw in the front office that he's gotten demoted for Theo Johnson? And I was one that thought Theo Johnson might take the next step this year, but Bellinger just keeps looking better. Like he just does.
I don't get it.
What are we doing?
I don't get it, man. Like you want from a guy that took a pretty nasty eye injury. He was cooking then too when he was here. I just don't get it, man. I just don't know what happened. Just like when we thought Hyatt had something special going on, and next minute he was on the back burner. Bella just seems like he's trending the same freaking way, but obviously he's playing more than Hyatt. But it's just like, man, why not put some of these guys in there to give you some sort of spark? What happened to them? Like what happened? Like Bella just still looks consistent. Theo dropped 2 passes that was critical, and you still don't put him in there. Like it's just mind-boggling to me. It's just what's the game plan looking like? I just don't know, and it's upsetting me. It's pissing me off a little bit. Maybe it is coach.
Question the coach, man. Starting to the questions keep mounting up, man.
Well, like if the overall product is still shit, then it's the coach, man. You have no choice. Like the drafting overall has clearly not been good enough. We're outmatched constantly. We're constantly outmatched. Coaching can only make up for so much. And then if the coaches aren't good, you get what we have, which is dysfunction. Holy shit!
It's
a super chat.
Speaking back to back Bartlett's.
Look at these.
Let's do
hold on
first. And then
let's do Bartlett first because he's on to something here. Okay.
Yeah.
When's the next NYR road? Guys, I don't have my glasses, so I expect you guys to read this.
Yeah. Next NYR road trip needs to be Carolina Beach for wings, beers, cigars, and JD6's debut.
Just saying all the right things. I mean,
Bartlett, don't threaten us with a good time. We might have to do it. Honestly.
I mean, come on.
We just might have to do it.
Shit, man. If you guys keep doing what you're doing.
I was gonna say, you keep super
you guys sponsor the whole thing. We're there tomorrow. I don't really care. Let's do it.
Yep, we used every dollar on this trip. We got to start over now.
They used everything, and they're like, Eli,
we used our own money.
We're disappointed how we blew budget. We're like, all right, man, you had fun. All right, no problem. These guys still didn't tell me how they blew budget. That's
I don't know how because we typically.
But no, I'm just joking around.
Because parking passes were $230.
That's nuts. I would have walked there.
So not worth it too.
And
I would have definitely
DC walked. Saturday night was $55.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the fucking parking alone is $300. Yeah, figure that out.
That's just to occupy space for a little while. That's it.
All right. So listen.
Okay, but
lucky I wasn't on this trip. They'd have been upset with me. We've been walking like 10 miles somewhere.
Hey.
Anywho.
Bartlett only to be outdone by Jeanette. But look at that picture. That's incredible.
Jeanette,
$50 for your next adventure. So much good football to come in 25. I like your attitude.
Let's go.
I mean,
you were absolutely right. Thank you so much,
we're
Mrs.
gonna end
Bartlett,
this.
sis.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all, man.
Well, you know what? On this note, let's change the vibes a little bit. Okay, we've been very down on this team. The fact of the matter is, we're 0-1. We're 0-1. Every week is you could win this week and get to 1-1. Dallas moves to 0-2, and things start looking a lot better. It just go out and put on a better performance this week, and the vibes of this franchise.
I love that you missed the glass half full. I really do. I love you.
We need it.
You got it.
We need it.
We can't listen. The football season's a week. It's only September 9th. We can't quit on the season that we look forward to.
I hate that we're here already. I hate it.
Like, yes, we can't do this.
It's just history. It feels like it's a continuation. That's what.
Well, you know what it is.
No, I know.
It's not that we lost. It's how we lost. It really is, dude. We were lifeless. How much time does a coach need and a GM need to put a competitive team at? We are no better right now. You would think we are with the talent.
That's so fire.
So
so
I think here, like, we're gonna start to turn the page here. But in case you guys missed it, Spiro, and I'm so glad he did it, recorded himself before and after the game. And
this was unprompted, by the way.
Yeah, this was not planned to put this together like this. It just kind of happened. Because he didn't show me the before video until we were already home.
Well, I said, Jeff. Well, I was like, we don't have videos from the game. So what do I have from? Like, I have nothing. So
you were
I
just going through your phone.
everything.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just like, shit, and I was going through it, and I saw his post, after the game on his drive home, and I have some more funny stuff from the way home.
It was chef's kiss, by the way. No pun intended.
On the way home, obviously, we got turned up for the game or whatnot, but he had a 3-hour break in the car before he got behind the wheel. But I was telling him, like, dude, go shut eye, rest up. You got to drive after this. Like, I kind of pulled the reins up at some point, and he was like in and out of sleep, and I knew he was so upset. Like, I've never seen Spiro so upset in my life. But he would wake up from being passed out like this and just go, oh, fuck them guys. Just fuck them. And like go back to sleep. This guy was upset and cursing in his sleep. Do you remember doing that?
You know what? Now I didn't until you said that. I didn't.
It was something like, it was that. And then I was like, well, fuck off. Like, he just woke up and yelled. All right, here we go. This is Spiro before and after.
Wait, let's change it up. Let's change the screen up, right? Hold on. Put us to the side.
Yeah, but there's still it should do it automatically. Let me try something else.
Hold on. We got some cinema issues here. We have some cinema issues. We're gonna get it.
While they're getting it,
here we go.
Wait. All I can do is smile, baby. I'm so fucking sick of this fucking team. So jacked up. I'm just so disappointed. And we are heading down to DC for a business trip. A motherfucking business trip. 6 points! We're gonna get to watch our favorite team get a W and start the season 1-0 with a statement game. Nothing. You give us nothing week 1 for the fucking 3rd straight year. Can't wait. I can't put up with it. Incompetent. Come on. Let's have ourselves a weekend. Figure it out. Go Big Blue.
Oh, man.
That was just a perfect encapsulation of how pumped we were going down and how angry we were coming back from yet another. And again, the stats out there. This is elite company. Most consecutive week 1 games without a TD NFL history. 4 for the 1922 and 1925 Chicago Bears.
Oh, that's a good sign. We have to go back to the fucking 20s.
4 for the 1922. And notice the gap again. 1922.
Yeah, when plumbers were playing professional football.
There wasn't forward passing in this era. There was no forward passing in this era. 1922 to 1925. Hammond Pros. That was a team. The team doesn't exist anymore. That's
no idea.
3 in a row is the New York Football Giants from 2023 to 2025, and they're tied with the Rock Island Independence from 1923 to 1925. Don't you're in the company of 19, 20 teams that weren't throwing forward passes.
We're looking
That's
at
the
history.
company you're
Good
in,
God.
Brian Daboll.
That is the best nugget about that, is that they weren't allowed to pass the ball. And that's why they didn't score. And once they allowed passing, everyone scored touchdowns left and right. Not us.
Impossible. It's impossible to be so incompetent 3 years in a row with an offensive-minded coach. 2 different quarterbacks.
Guys, I just want to say the Giants made history no matter what. They make history good, bad, and ugly.
Sorry.
Don't worry. This is absolutely atrocious to look at. Atrocious.
Thank you.
Are you talking about Spiro?
Me?
No, I was talking about the stat here, but thank you so much.
Okay, so this is recapping. I put a couple of things together. This is I mean, vibes are super high. We just threw our shit in the hotel. We're about to go out in DC Saturday night. Vibes were high, and then it's got some of Sunday in here too. Let's see.
DC, we're inside you.
We're in you.
Whoa.
Vibes are still good. We're starting to get concerned at this point.
Man, this looks like a date in that picture.
Adriana,
C-Web.
Yeah.
My man
Look
Mike.
at
Look at that stance, man.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels is
Shower Michaels. I should have just had the
LT and
Yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah,
guy
I know
came
that
up
one.
to me.
I know that one.
That dude came up to me. He's like, "Dad, Blue Lawrence Taylor." I was like, "Yeah." Hey, Scoobs and Mello.
This is the best.
Yeah,
That's
so
it,
great.
dude.
Yeah, people were blaming that pose right there for us losing speed. Somebody
No.
said,
Dude, are you kidding
someone said that in
me?
the comments earlier. I died. I was
That's
like,
a winning
yeah.
pose. Are you kidding? Look
That's
at
a
that.
winning fucking. We
Look at
put
that
all our
face.
hearts out on. Again, like every game over the past 3 years, the best part of it was the tailgate and the night before. That's the common freaking theme here. Always, the product on the field is always the worst part.
Well, why don't we
Agreed.
tell them, so they have something else to look forward to? When the Giants host the Chiefs Sunday night, we're planning on this. It's all but certain that we're gonna be doing a live stream together from my barrage,
First
the
time.
newly renovated barrage. We're gonna have some people over, little watch party and live stream combined. We're gonna have a good time on that Sunday night. So if you're watching from home, you're not alone anymore. Join the party. Come over to our live stream against the Chiefs.
agreed, man. And it's going to be great. Some of you guys are going to be at the stadium. And some of you guys, like I said, man, just come along, watch the live stream with us, man. We're going to show raw and honest emotion, everything. Like I said, we're going to have a couple people exclusively there. And we're going to have some fun, man. I'm looking forward to that. So,
Please,
guys, Dallas is coming into town. Obviously, man, if this thing goes 1-1, we will be. Oh, yeah. Listen, man. I know. I hope. But
I think that was the most relatable thing. Your video was so relatable to every Giants fan to and from that game.
That's what I kept hearing, man. Like, and I'm glad that I wasn't the only one that was just irate afterwards.
But now maybe we do that. We try and do that every week. Try and recapture that magic. There's nothing like the original, but because you didn't know what you were doing. You didn't know what was going to happen. Thank you, Big E. We appreciate you. And Eli, I totally cut you off. Sorry.
No, don't you worry, man. That's what the show is for. We cut each other off. But guys, I was just wrapping up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay.
You guys have anything else to say before we get out of here?
Let me get your music going then.
Thank you, man.
I just have to say that I really hope the Giants turn around because my New York Mets are fading.
Steve, fill that glass up. No, I don't mean like literally, but
my glass half
your
full.
Glass half full. Like
I know. Dude,
you still haven't bounced back. I could hear it in your voice. It's like quivering.
Yeah.
There's something.
Please.
His spirit, like the Giants fucking broke you.
Yeah.
They broke you on Sunday.
I'm lost. I'm fucking lost. I thought this would be different, man. I thought this would be different. I need the reason why I keep clamoring for Jackson Dart is because I think he's the only person that can really just spark
something
life into my sports fandom. Like I hate to say that he's a savior, but he's my savior. I need him. I need Dart to be something. And further to his point, and I know you're on the other side of this. I'm worried that it's going to get so bad that Daboll's not going to have a chance to see this through with him. And that's going to be the worst part of it all because we saw it happen with Daniel Jones, and we're going to recycle the whole damn thing over again if he gets fired and he doesn't get to fully, develop this guy.
Well,
that's what I don't want.
Great point, because that's we all know that's what's going to save Daboll's job is Jackson Dart showing life. So why not start the real work, which is real regular season games, sooner than later? The schedule is going to suck later too. It's going to suck the whole time. But the sooner you get to work in regular season games with him, maybe the more progress you'll see at the end of the year. That could save your job. Get him on the field.
Or you can sit him down and really wait till he's ready to go. But you know what? I can't really say that too, Hef and Speed, because this coaching staff is making some head scratcher decisions as far as sitting people out anyway. Right?
Yeah, do you trust that?
So do I
really
trust that? Yeah, that's true. Do I really trust them to say, well, he's not ready yet? No, I don't. I really don't trust Daboll thinking of that right now and live. So you guys might be right here on something.
Legit, I'm giving Russ till halftime at Dallas.
If
we have 3 points on the board, bench his ass.
And I don't think he gets his job back out there, right? Like you can't.
He's a rental.
Yeah,
listen.
Rental anyway.
Now I'm seeing him, and now I'm starting to see the picture a little clearer. How Denver ate $85 million just to walk away from him, right? Pittsburgh didn't have a quarterback, let him walk. They're like, we'll go to the unknown, we'll go to the abyss before we bring Russ back. So what does that tell you? He wasn't going to save the Giants. He wasn't going to uplift this team.
Well, we wanted Aaron Rodgers to begin with. That's
some people did. Some people did.
Well, that's what the Giants were eyeing. I mean, I wanted them here. That was the Giants' first option when they realized they couldn't get,
Well, I think it was Stafford and then Stafford and Rodgers.
Right, they went to Russ. So
and listen, I know we all kind of knew that he's kind of cooked, but we thought that hey, at the very least, he's got that moon ball and he will be better than Daniel Jones. And it turns out he's not.
This is what Pittsburgh fans.
And Daniel Jones is looking. Jones.
He played Miami, the only team that looked worse than the Giants. Miami is about to absolutely crumble as an organization. Everyone is getting fired in Miami. Watch how he does against Denver this week, and then we'll talk.
Denver, that's a good one. We'll be watching. That's for sure.
If he drops 2 touchdowns and over 250 yards, bruh. Y'all better all those Daniel Jones truthers are gonna come kill us, bro.
No.
They are knocking down the house.
He will have 3 turnovers against Denver.
I already got them in my
DMs. Pizzle's gonna be calling us directly.
Oh, I'm not going on Twitter if that happens.
Listen, Tuesday's over. This is our vent sesh, right? We got it all out.
Gotta move on.
It's all out there. The bad vibes are out. Let's clear it out. Back to practice. Week 1 is now. Fuck. I'm not even thinking about last week anymore. This is the start of the season. Go out and win this game. Get Dallas star 1-2. Change your season. Change your fucking season, Russ. Russ, this is your last start potentially ever.
This is it. Dude,
think about it that way. That's your last start ever. This will be your last start ever.
I think you're right. I think he's done with football after this. I think he came to New York because this is where Sierra always wanted to be. He's an extremely wealthy man in his mid-30s with kids. He is not. He doesn't give a shit.
No,
he's done, bro. He has no fire. Give me the rookie who has everything to prove.
Let's go. Come on.
You're right, though. You know what I mean? And maybe
trade him.
He's just washed. Maybe he's just washed, or maybe just Pete Carroll knew how to take was he undrafted or a later round pick? I'm not even sure.
He was third round pick. No, he was third round pick.
He was a third round pick. Maybe he just knew what to do with a third round pick in Russ.
No,
young Russ was definitely different. Yeah. He was hungry. He was hungry, and he had like a absolutely elite defense on the other side of the ball.
He had legs. He could extend plays. He thinks he could extend plays, and he can't do it anymore. He's bailing on pockets that are not needed to be bailed on.
He was nice. He was nice when he was young.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's Father Time's undefeated. So
we'll see. And I hate to do this because I wanted to give him more time than this, but we don't got that time, bro. Take us out.
He's out of time. Yeah. Sorry.
You
can land this plane now.
Let's land this bad boy. Shout out to the 982 people that are watching. If you're on X, please head over to YouTube. Hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button as well. Don't forget, guys, if you like.
Hold on, one more retweet.
What was that?
One more retweet. Let's get to 1K. Come on. We're so close.
Right, let's get to 1K, guys.
Everybody, hit that like button. Come on.
Hit that. Let's get to 1K and we up out of here. 1K, guys. We can do that. Right?
All right, let's talk about this while we wait. Goose is spot on. I don't see any way the Giants don't have 3 points at halftime in this game. I swear to God, there's no way we have more than 3 points at halftime.
There's no way that we have more. You're saying?
Yes, the Giants. It'll be 17-3 or 14-3
You know what? Let's do a prediction.
Yeah, all right. Let's get our predictions
by
out there.
score. By score. Well, we'll of course your score is going to say who's going to win.
Oh,
but
you're not gonna
let's do this, man. I'm going to say the Giants 10-31.
Oh,
Dallas.
God.
Unfortunately.
Bro, I was going to say 31-13, so I'll just go real quick. I'm right there,
Oh, my
31-13, and because Jackson Dart comes in at halftime, and he gets 10 points on the board.
Oh God, I don't even want to predict this game because I might just I seem like the cheery guy.
You could be right. Yeah, go against us. We could be wrong.
You know
The
what?
Giants money line has got to be plus 10,000. There's just no way.
Let's actually check right now.
There's no way. Vegas is like, I dare you to bet the Giants.
I'll tell you right now because I'm probably gonna bet the money line for the last time this season.
No fucking way, Speed. Speed, don't do it.
Well, no. Here's the thing, E. This is how money lines work. It's gonna be so outrageous that I can put $5 on it and you'll get a decent payout.
You'll get like
So
at least 7.
Let's see the line right now. It's plus 205. They're only plus 5.5. The Giants
Plus 205.
so they're begging you. They're begging you to take Dallas.
$5 gets you what? 15.
Begging you to take Dallas. Fishy.
It is fishy. It is
I
fishy.
don't understand.
Go
this
against the
line.
grain.
I mean, I like that. That spread should be 18.5.
I mean, so it's right. So everybody's taking Dallas, right? Like the overwhelming amount of people. Dallas, Vegas knows something. Vegas knows something. Everybody's gonna be taking Dallas. Vegas doesn't lose money like this. I'm saying the Giants are gonna cover. I'm not saying they're gonna win. I'm saying the Giants are gonna cover.
I would hammer Dallas covering.
Well, listen, this might be a hedge my happiness bet here because I just did it with the Mets today. I did it with the Mets because I knew we were going to lose. I bet on Philly. They lost, of course, because the Mets are fucking tanking too. My life as a sports fan is just in shambles. So I might bet Dallas just to hedge my happiness. But it's fishy, man. I don't know.
You know what?
Why is it only 5.5?
You're absolutely right. You know what, Speed? You know what? Go against the grain and do it.
I'm gonna go. This is the last one, man. Because you go. So picture the situation. Kansas City is 0-2. They lost to the Eagles. You think we're beating Kansas City? I don't see it. And then the Chargers. If the Chargers look as good as they did, if the Chargers looked as good as they did Game 1, I mean, we're 0-4.
Holy shit! A super chat.
As we hit 1,000, Bartlett.
Let's
that's
go.
What I'm talking about.
Let's go, Bartlett. Hey, Abdul Carter looked like the real deal. Can we say that? I don't know why we haven't been talking about Abdul Carter enough. He had 2 pressures and a sack.
And he blocked a punt.
Yeah. They better get his ass on the field more. And the byproduct of this McFadden injury might be that he might be playing linebacker and he'll be on the field more, which might be a really good thing. When
if we had Wink, it would be a great thing because then you could disguise the shit out of that. Shane Bowen is an absolute ass.
Maybe Deontay Banks would have been absolutely elite right now. For all we know, freaking Wink was.
Bobby Okereke is a liability without Wink.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Yeah. Oh
16 tackles. The most quiet 16 tackle game I've ever seen in my life. Would anybody know that he had 16 tackles? Did you guys know that yet?
That's an absurd number.
Tackles.
If you said 8 tackles, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, exactly. That motherfucker had 16 tackles, which is a great game. But you would not even. That's the amount of impact he made of those 6 tackles. They're all down the field. That's probably the problem. They're all 10, 15 yards down the field. So that means nothing to us.
That means they're breaking past the line every other
play.
play.
Can't stop the run to save our lives.
Let's see how they look. Game 2. Dallas doesn't really threaten you on the game on the ground, and they don't really have a pass rush. So if you can't get it together this game in the trenches, it's going to be the longest of seasons, boys. It's going to.
And we lost McFadden, who might be our best tackler, a kind of really underrated linebacker.
Yeah.
And we just lost our best tackler in a bad run defense that we have. So this Javonte Williams, 100+ yards, I would hammer that as well.
Facts.
And again, though, the Chiefs and the Chargers are known for their run game, but the next 2 opponents are not known for their run offense. So if you're getting grounded and pounded by these 2 teams, again,
and the Chargers were slinging it in the first game. So we'll see.
True.
We'll see if they balance that out. But Justin Herbert looked
All
phenomenal.
right, boys. We did we did what I wanted to do. I'm happy now. I'm happy now.
Nothing would make me happier than if Abdul knocks snot bubbles out of Dak. Bartlett, I'm with you on that. That would bring life.
Get him on the field.
That would bring Spiro back to life. To see
It would bring. I need that.
Thank you.
Not getting hurt per se, but I just need Carter to be dominant.
Yeah, not like that. Not like that.
No. We don't root for injuries here. No. We don't want to win like that.
No. I'd rather lose. I'd rather lose than win like that.
Guys, I'm getting out of here, man. Listen, guys, of course, if you can, we got to end this thing. All right. Shout out to the 1,031 people in the building, man. Man, we had a great time. Just want to say personally, behalf of my brothers, we thank you. Thank you all for your support and sending us down to Washington. Every little bit helps. Thank you so much to the Bartletts, the Richard, the judges of the world, the Marks, to everyone that contribute here, the Scoops to the podcast to get us down to Washington. Absolutely, the preciousness of the world. Shout out to everybody, man.
Chris Peace, we got to hang with Chris Peace.
That was amazing.
Cease, I don't know if Cease was here tonight.
Cease, but
no, I don't think Cease was here. Cease was at the game.
No,
but
he's a great supporter.
Yeah, great supporter. Seasons of the world, guys. We can name and keep going. It'll just be a while, but we just want to thank you guys so much, man. Yeah, we got it one day. Yeah. So, guys, of course, we'll give back, man. Hopefully, we have something special for you guys during the holidays. We're working on something for you guys to give back, and hopefully, you guys can see us in person too. So, we're working on a couple things. God willing, everything will work out, man. But let us get to work and see what's there, man. On behalf of my brothers, man, you guys know who they are, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full, and that's
Speed the Genius.
Come on, people. Love you guys. Thank you for showing up.
Oh, I like that. And shout out to my brother, the amazing, trailblazing, the big cojones, El Jefe is in the building. And of course, it is your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes. See you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings. Yes, sir.
New York Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Live with the Woodlard Roar!
Let's go.